Picture this. You're walking your dog across a beautiful Victorian bridge in the Scottish Highlands. Suddenly, without warning, your loyal companion leaps over the stone wall and plummets 50 feet to the rocks below. Sounds like a nightmare, right? But this isn't fiction. It's been happening for over 70 years. Welcome to Overtoun Bridge, where more than 600 dogs have mysteriously jumped to their deaths since the 1950s. And here's the kicker. They all jump from the exact same spot on the exact same side of the bridge. What's causing this? Ghosts? Science gone wrong? Or something even stranger? Stick around because this mystery gets darker and weirder than you can imagine. Let's start with the basics. Overtoun Bridge sits in the town of Dumbarton, West Dunbartonshire, Scotland. Built way back in 1859 by architect H.E. Milner, this Gothic-style bridge wasn't designed to be sinister. It was actually a beautiful addition to the wealthy Overtoun estate. Standing 50 feet above a rocky stream called Overtoun Burn, the bridge features these massive granite parapets, those solid stone walls running along both sides. Beautiful craftsmanship, but as we'll see, that design might be part of the problem. Now, for about 100 years, this bridge was just a bridge. Nothing weird. People crossed it, dogs walked over it, everything was normal. But then, sometime in the 1950s, things got strange. Dogs started jumping. Not occasionally, regularly, and not randomly. They all jumped from the same spot on the right-hand side of the bridge, between the last two parapets. And get this, witnesses consistently report that it only happens on clear, sunny days. Never in fog, never in rain. Always when visibility is perfect, even weirder. The dogs that jump are almost exclusively long-nosed breeds. We're talking Collies, Labradors, German Shepherds, Golden Retrievers. Small dogs, pugs, never happens. And perhaps most unsettling of all, owners say their dogs seem completely calm right before they jump. No panic, no fear. They just do it. So what the hell is going on here? Obviously, when something this bizarre happens, people's minds go to the paranormal. And honestly, the local legends don't help. Meet the White Lady of Overtoun, a ghost that supposedly haunts the bridge and the surrounding estate. According to local folklore, she lost her husband under mysterious circumstances, and now she wanders the grounds forever mourning. Some locals believe she's luring dogs to their deaths. Why? Nobody really knows. Vengeful spirit? Lonely ghost wanting company of dogs? The stories vary. Others point to Celtic mythology. Scotland is full of what the Celts called thin places, spots where the barrier between our world and the supernatural world is supposedly weaker. Could Overtoun Bridge be one of these places? The estate itself has a history of tragedy, strange deaths, unexplained occurrences, the whole 9 yards. It's got that classic haunted mansion reputation. And dog owners who've experienced this firsthand often describe it in supernatural terms. It was like he saw something I couldn't see. She was fixated on something invisible. He wasn't acting like himself. It was like possession. Compelling stuff, right? But here's the problem with the ghost theory. If a ghost is responsible, why does this only happen on clear sunny days? Why never at night when ghosts are supposedly most active? Why only long-nosed breeds? Would a ghost really be that picky? Ha ha ha, I don't think so. And this is where science enters the chat. And what scientists discovered might be even more disturbing than ghosts. The next theory is the scent theory, Dr. David Sands, an animal behaviorist who decided enough was enough. In 2010, he launched a full-scale investigation into what was causing these incidents. And what he discovered? It's wild. Literally, American mink. These little carnivorous mammals were introduced to Scotland in the 1950s, the exact same decade the dog jump started. Coincidence? Dr. Sands didn't think so. Here's what happened. Mink farms existed in Scotland, and when they shut down or animals escaped, these non-native predators established populations in the wild. And guess where they love to nest? Right beneath Overtoun Bridge, in the rocks around Overtoun Burn.
Master of the shadows, the wild American mink navigates the misty rocks.
Now here's where dog biology comes into play, and it gets fascinating. Dogs, especially long-nosed breeds, have around 300 million scent receptors in their noses. Humans? We've got a measly 5 million. We literally cannot comprehend how powerful their sense of smell is. A dog's world is built on scent. It's their primary way of understanding their environment. And mink have an incredibly strong, pungent odor, especially their scent markings used for territory. Now picture this. You're a Labrador walking across this bridge. Suddenly, your superpowered nose picks up the most intense smell you've ever experienced. It screams, "Prey!" Every hunting instinct in your body fires at once. You look over the solid granite wall, but here's the critical part. You can't see the 50-foot drop. The wall is too tall from your perspective, and it's solid stone. No gaps, no visibility. All you know is that amazing smell is coming from just beyond this wall. Your ancient wolf brain takes over. You jump, expecting to land on ground a few feet down where you can chase this prey. But instead, you fall 50 feet onto rocks. This explains everything. Why only sunny days? Because that's when dogs are most likely to be walked, when scents are stronger and carried better by warm air currents. Why only long-nosed breeds? Because they have the most powerful sense of smell, strong enough to be overwhelmed by the mink scent. Why the same spot? Because that's where the mink scent is most concentrated due to wind patterns and the location of mink dens below. Dr. Sands even conducted experiments, bringing scent samples from various animals to the bridge. The dogs showed mild interest in rabbit, fox, even other dog scents. But when exposed to mink scent, they went absolutely crazy. Case closed, right? Science wins, mystery solved? Well, not quite. Ha ha ha. Because when you dig into the specific cases, things get complicated and heartbreaking. In 2005, a dog named Cassie survived her fall from the bridge. Her injuries were severe, but she pulled through. Her owner was traumatized but relieved. A few weeks later, they returned to walk near the bridge, thinking the worst was behind them. Cassie broke free from her leash, ran back to the bridge, and jumped again. From the exact same spot, she didn't survive the second fall. How does the mink theory explain that? Would a dog who experienced that trauma willingly return to the same location? That's not typical animal behavior, and the descriptions from owners are consistently chilling. It was like he was in a trance. She had superhuman strength. I couldn't hold her back. His eyes were different, like he wasn't seeing me anymore. These aren't descriptions of a dog excited by a scent. These sound like something else entirely, but nothing compares to what happened in 1994. A man named Kevin Moy threw his infant son from the bridge. The baby survived the fall, miraculously. When police arrested Moy, he claimed he believed his son was the Antichrist and that God had commanded him to kill the child. He later attempted to take his own life at the same bridge. Now, Moy had a history of mental health issues, but the fact that this happened at this specific bridge raises uncomfortable questions. Could there be something about this location that affects human psychology too? Are we dealing with purely animal behavior, or is there something environmental, maybe electromagnetic, maybe chemical, that affects the brain? The mink theory doesn't account for human behavior, and it makes you wonder if are we missing part of the picture? So let's explore the other theories, because scientists love a good debate. Some researchers believe the bridge's architecture creates unique acoustic phenomena. The combination of the arch design, the granite materials, and the gorge below could produce high-frequency sounds that humans can't hear, but dogs absolutely can. Dogs hear frequencies up to 65,000 hertz. Humans max out around 20,000. There's a whole world of sound happening that we're completely deaf to. These sounds could be distressing to dogs, causing panic, or they could be attractive, maybe mimicking prey sounds at frequencies we can't detect. On sunny days when temperature inversions occur, these sounds might amplify. It's a fascinating theory, but it hasn't been conclusively proven. This one's simple but brilliant. From a dog's eye level, we're talking 2 to 3 feet off the ground, those solid granite parapets create an optical illusion. The wall is about the same height as the dog. When they look over it, they might perceive the continuation of land beyond, not a 50-foot drop. The solid construction means there are no gaps to see through, no visual cue that screams danger. Think about how you'd react if you were walking on what looked like solid ground, but was actually a cliff edge. You might step right off before your brain processed the danger. Add in the powerful mink scent, and you've got a dog focused entirely on smell, trusting their eyes that tell them they can step down to reach the prey. Most researchers now believe it's not one thing. It's everything working together. The perfect storm. Mink scent overwhelms the dog's primary sense. The visual architecture tricks their spatial awareness. Potential acoustic phenomena add to the confusion. Specific weather conditions on sunny days amplify everything. And let's be real, the breed matters too. Long-nosed hunting breeds were literally engineered over centuries to pursue prey at all costs. That's not a bug, it's a feature. But in this specific environment, that feature becomes fatal. So why does it keep happening, even now when we know about it? Because people are curious. They want to see the suicide bridge. Some think their dog will be different. Others don't believe the stories. And tragedy continues. The good news, awareness is spreading and precautions are being taken. Local authorities have installed multiple warning signs around the bridge. They're not subtle either. They explicitly tell dog owners about the danger and the history. Animal welfare organizations in Scotland run regular campaigns reminding people to keep their dogs on short leashes near the bridge, or better yet, avoid it entirely. The estate management has gotten involved too, working with local groups to educate visitors. Because here's the thing, Overtoun Bridge has become a dark tourism destination. People come specifically because of the mystery. Some are respectful, others treat it like a spooky attraction and ignore the very real danger. It's created tension in the community. On one side, you've got locals who've lost pets or known people who have. They want the tragedies to stop. On the other side, the mysterious draws visitors, which brings money to local businesses. It's a complicated situation. So what do experts actually recommend if you're visiting the area? 1. Keep your dog on an extremely short leash if you must cross the bridge. We're talking a foot or two of leash max. 2. Avoid visiting on sunny days when incidents are most likely. 3. If you have a long-nosed breed, Collie, Retriever, German Shepherd, seriously consider avoiding the bridge altogether. It's not worth the risk. 4. Watch your dog carefully for any behavioral changes as you approach. If they seem fixated, agitated, or overly excited, turn back immediately. Has it worked? Somewhat. Incidents have decreased since awareness increased, but they haven't stopped completely. Just last year, there were still reports of dogs attempting to jump, though owners were able to prevent it. The danger remains real, and the local community has found ways to honor the memory of the pets lost to this phenomenon. Small memorials appear occasionally near the bridge. Photos, flowers, toys left by grieving owners. It's a reminder that behind the mystery and the theories, there are real people who lost their beloved companions. The community takes this seriously, even if tourists sometimes don't. So what's the truth about Overtoun Bridge? Here's what we know for absolute certain. The pattern is real. The deaths are documented, the location is consistent, and the science behind the mink theory is sound. Dr. Sands' research provides the most rational, evidence-based explanation we have. Mink scent, combined with the bridge's architecture and dog biology, creates a deadly trap. But does that explain everything? The dogs that return to jump again? The human psychological events? The overwhelming consistency of owner descriptions? Maybe there are factors we haven't identified yet. Environmental elements we don't have the technology to measure. Subtle electromagnetic variations. Chemical signatures we can't detect. Or maybe, and this is the fascinating part, it really is just that simple. Maybe we want there to be more to the mystery because we're uncomfortable with how different our pet's reality is from ours. Think about it. Your dog lives in a completely different sensory world. What's bland to you might be overwhelming to them. What you don't even notice might be their entire focus. We share our homes with beings who experience reality in a fundamentally different way. They see colors we don't see the same way. They hear sounds we can't hear. They smell things we'll never detect. And sometimes that sensory difference leads them into danger that they literally cannot perceive the way we do. Overtoun Bridge isn't just a mystery about dogs or mink or ghosts. It's a reminder of the vast gap between human perception and animal perception. It's a reminder to respect that difference, to stay vigilant, and to never assume our pets see the world the way we do. Because sometimes the deadliest dangers are the ones only they can sense, and the ones only we can prevent. So what do you think is really happening at Overtoun Bridge? Is it mink scent and science? Or is there something more mysterious at play? Drop your theories in the comments. I read every single one, and honestly, some of you have insights that blow my mind. If you love diving into this mystery with me, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. We explore weird history, unexplained phenomena, and the science behind the strange every single week. And if you can't get enough of mysterious animal behavior, check out our video on Detlef Pass next. It's equally mind-blowing. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, keep your dogs safe, question everything, and I'll see you in the next video.